Hi everyone, hope you're doing well. Welcome to the second part of this Unreal Engine 5 tutorial. In this part, we're going to start working on the exterior lighting. As you can see, I kept working on the level art of the scene, adding more buildings from the Blue City kit. But feel free to use your own assets kit and be creative and build your own composition if you want to, or just follow along and recreate the same scene. The first thing we need to do is make sure our project settings are configured correctly. So let's go to settings, then project settings. In the search bar, type DirectX and make sure DirectX 12 is selected. Next, scroll down to the rendering section, look for the lumen settings. And under global illumination, make sure it's set to lumen. Also under software tracing mode, set it to detail tracing. If you have an RTX 20, 30 or 40 series GPU, I highly recommend enabling hardware ray tracing support. It provides more accurate lighting, but is also more GPU intensive. Once you've done that, restart Unreal Engine. It might take some time to recompile shaders, but it's important to apply these settings properly. Now let's set up our lighting. First, delete all the default lights. Make sure the player start is outside the lighting folder. It shouldn't be deleted. As you can see, now the scene is completely dark except for the windows that have emissive materials. If you want to adjust them, go to Material Instances and select the window emissive material. You can tweak the color and the intensity here. Press G to hide all the viewport icons. Now go to Windows and select Light Mixer. Create a skylight, atmosphere light, sky atmosphere, volumetric cloud, and height fog. With just a few clicks, we already have a nice base for the lighting. Move all the new light actors into the lighting folder to keep things organized. Select all of them and press F to focus on them. If they are not visible, press G to toggle visibility of icons. Press Alt and L and move the mouse left and right to rotate the directional light. Moving the mouse up and down changes the time of day. As you move around the scene, you might notice how the exposure changes when you enter and exit buildings. To disable this auto exposure effect, we need to add a post-process volume. Go to Add to Project, then Visual Effects, and drag a post-process volume into the scene. Move it to the lighting folder to keep things clean. Select the post-process volume and in the Details panel, search for Unbound and enable it. This makes sure the effect applies to the entire scene. Now search for exposure. Set metering mode to manual. The scene will go completely dark, but don't worry. Also disable apply physical camera exposure. Increase exposure compensation to around 3.5 to bring the brightness back. Press Alt and L again to adjust the sunlight. Now let's add some atmospheric effects. Select exponential height fog and enable volumetric fog. Select the directional light and search for volumetric scattering intensity. If you set it to 50, you will see a strong God ray effect. This is too much, but it helps to visualize what's happening. Reduce it to around 5 for a more natural look. Go back to the volumetric fog settings, adjust the scattering distribution to around 0.3. Hold Alt and L to tweak the lighting further. If the volumetric effect feels too strong, reduce the scattering intensity and the directional light settings. Lower it to around 2 or 1.8 to soften the effect. That's it for this part. If you enjoyed this tutorial, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more Unreal Engine tutorials. See you in the next one.